Hey nerds, Sage is here. How you doing? Good? Good. Okay. Hopefully it's good afternoon, morning, night, whatever it is where you are, nerd. And today's video is actually something that I want to just have a conversation with you guys. Especially since yesterday's video was so serious and just kind of, and this actually has to do with, well, all the summoning banners that's been coming out. And I figured, you know, what would be fun to discuss and look at and see what's going on? Well, why don't we talk about the worst summoning banners or the worst summoning sessions you've ever had? Mostly, for me, we're going to be talking about the ones that I've had. I don't know if you guys remember, but if you have been with my channel long enough, you're going to remember some of these sagas, and remember a lot of the time that a lot of these summoning banners were hell on earth. But I also wanted to know what you guys, what your worst summoning session was. What was the one character you had trouble with, and where did you eventually get them, or did you just give up and have to go another route? So let's start off with me. So let's go over to my my unit pool, and I'm gonna go down here. So one of the questions I oftentimes get asked is, do you hate Camilla? People keep asking me this because I made a joke out of it. I was like, oh my god, it's Camilla, yay, hooray. And you know, I constantly bash her in some form or another, but let me just tell you real quick, okay? Camilla is not a unit I actually hate. In fact, Camilla was one of the first 5 stars I got. That was actually, I eventually sent her home because I ended up getting her a ton. And I mean a lot. I did it as a joke back then. Not the best joke, but, you know, I'm full of bad jokes as it is. And the simple fact was, I kept getting her as 4 stars and 5 stars whenever I rolled a green, probably because green pool back then was a lot worse. I don't even know what the rates are on that one, but still, when it came down to units like that, I kept getting her. No matter what, she showed up even when she wasn't the focus. And in one video in particular, way back in the day, I said something along the lines of, I'm going to send her home, this 4-star home. And if she comes back, then we'll do a giveaway and things like that. And that very episode, she came back. While I was trying to pull for a focus banner at the time. I forget which one it was. I would need to actually go look back at the archives. But I know, in fact, let me just actually open up. I have the archive summoning list right here. Let's just... alright, let me pull that up. And basically, when it came down to, summoning back in that day, well, I think I remember now. I was rolling for Julia, or it was possibly, one of the newer characters later on, Minerva, in one of the other banners that were actually having her available. So, yeah, she kind of came in and did a lot of that. Just, that was my problem with getting her. Granted, she does have Brave Axe, so, I mean, she's a good character, but that was before Skill Inheritance ever came out. In fact, they didn't really tell us about Skill Inheritance until like a month afterwards, or maybe 2, I forget how exactly. We knew that something with Skill Inheritance was coming, but oh my god, that was just... that was such a difficult time for me. At least for, well, greens. I kept getting Camilla. That cutscene kept playing over and over and over again. But the true problem that I had, and then when it came to summoning, and I'm sure several of you will remember this, Alm. Does anyone remember Alm? Alm was released... Oh boy, let's actually take a look at that. Alm was released way back in April. And during that time, I just liked him because his design in the game was cool. I never got Faye either. that gives you an idea. The one character that eluded me from that banner was also Faye. Instead, I got a bunch of Claires, I got Lucas as well, but, well, the one character I really wanted above all else here was my good pal Alm here. And I wanted him so bad because, well, I liked his design. I just liked how he, looked, and I actually did not have a Faucian user back then. I didn't have Lucina as well. Lucina was kind of a mystery off in you know, void of everything. Like, trying to summon from, you know, Red's 5-star pool was not something I was interested in. Had to wait for her to be a focus summon. Chrom was probably around, but I didn't really care to use him. I wanted Alm for some reason.
Is it just me, or is this place strange?
I mean, you tell me. But, I'm sure a lot of you may remember way back in the day when I tried for him. I summoned for him, like, you know, dozens upon dozens upon dozens of times, and I never got him from his banner. I actually think I got him from the return banner that he had a while ago, where I think he returned for the Tempest Trial a little while later, if I recall correctly. And I had to summon, yeah, he returned for Resonating Fang Tempest Trial Focus. And that is actually where I got him, eventually. And I turned him into a battery for that Tempest Trial, because he was really good back then. That was probably the most amazing thing. Then I also had a friend, Christy. I don't know if any of you remember Christy at all when she was in the videos. She's currently at college, and she's been extremely busy lately, so she hasn't really been around to be a part of things lately. I miss having my co-stars and things like that with me on Heroes. I don't know if people would react too well with it, but maybe I'll try and work that out. Still, nonetheless, when it came to Alm, I'm going to just jump to a clip of what happened when she first started playing, because she started playing when Alm's banner came out. And I went and I got the video, and we're going to jump to it right
now. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Sages, I am so sorry! Sages! Oh, I have to play this fucking game now. I can't. Oh my god, Sages! Oh, Sages! Sages, I'm so sorry! I am so sorry! Oh my god, Al, why didn't you fucking go home to him?
She was going on her own little summoning session, and yeah, that was the problem. Way back then, yeah, that was a massive issue. Outside of that, well, I would say the worst next one would probably have been a few of the summer banners, at least at the start, because they were terrible. Thankfully, I did manage to get them, but not without expending a lot, so it's not something easily gotten. I also tried constantly summoning for... Where are you? I think I still have you in my... Yeah, there we go. I know a lot of you remember me complaining about Hinoka. Hinoka was one unit that I just always ended up missing. Just always, no matter what. Constantly. And... no matter how hard I tried, no matter how hard I wanted it to work, it never did. It just, she returned as, she was actually in the first banner, but back then I wasn't really trying. I think she was in the first banner. No, wait, she was not actually in the first banner. She was actually never in a banner until that point, now that I think about it. Still, she eventually showed up as a Pegasus Rider one, and during the, I believe the first gauntlet, voting gauntlet, and yeah, that was a nightmare. I tried really hard to vote for her, but just to give you an idea, she was competing with 3 other blues at that time, Cordelia, Tsubaki, and that we're not even talking about the Wyvern Riders on the opposite side. That one had Camilla, Chershi, Minerva, and Baruka. All axe units. That was a bad idea. But I never got Hinoka that way either, no matter how hard I tried. Never got her. Got a bunch of Cordelias, got a bunch of Tsubakis. They were a disaster. So yeah, a lot of you were wondering what's been going on. Well, that was just what I was thinking about, since, you know, I like to have goofy fun and discuss memories and discuss things like what happened last time. And while I'm not really into the Bound Hero battles, trying to do them with crazy amounts of units X or Y, let's just take a look and see how Soren's doing. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna battle. I'm not gonna use any flags, but, you know, just gonna see what's going on here. Oh, that's a Miklas, and you know what? I'm just gonna do that. We should be set to go. Takumi's gonna try and kill Hector, and Miklas is gonna try and come and kill Sigurd, and we should be okay. Yeah, that was pretty easy. But a lot of you were wondering what was going on, so I just figured I would, tell you. I like sharing memories and I like talking about things like that because I always find it interesting how people do when it comes to certain summoning sessions and what characters you got and which ones you were insanely happy about getting. But we also need to take a look at the moments that you had that were some of the worst. And the early days of Camilla for me were certainly some of the worst there. That was a whole other day. For me, at least. And nope, no multiplier, thank you. Just use my flag, or one thing, and go with it. God, there's still so many Iras out there. Hey, look, there's Narvis. Boy. Anyways. So yeah, share with me your stories, guys. Tell me what you think. What's going on with you, huh? And I'm gonna go and try to record, or at least work on a new chain challenge video, for later tomorrow. Just to give you guys an idea what's going on. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you all